So, I want to say, a lot of you think, but I don't know what anyone else thinks, so I will say what I used to think was that to take somebody's pain, to take somebody's suffering, is to take it on yourself, to absorb that into your body and suffer the pain for them. So then I thought, I don't want to do that. I mean, I want to take away a person's pain and suffering. I don't want them to suffer, but then it causes the stress and pain on me, and then I can't help other people. I can only help a certain amount of people, you know? I can't take pain and suffering forever. It would turn me into a bad person. Well, I think someone who has pain and suffering forever, no matter how strong they are, after a while it wears them down and beats on them and causes them to think thoughts that they shouldn't think. In order to help other people to be a good person, well, it's not to be a good person. It's not good or bad. It's just what we should do. We, or I, or whoever, that's what we were put on this earth to do, is to help other people. And that is what we should do. And in order to take away someone's pain and suffering, a person must be strong. And for me to be strong, I must be in the best shape mentally and physically as I can be in order to do this work. God's work, if you want to name it. So, what you do is you transform that negative energy into positive energy. You change the polarity, reverse the polarities of it. You neutralize it and break it down into its natural elements. Therefore, it's not sadness anymore. It's not suffering. It's not anything. It's just elements which can be used to create other things, to just go back into the cosmos from where it came. So you must just take this and become a channel through which healing forces may flow, and be a channel through which negative forces may be broken down to their natural elements and be sent back from whence they came. You don't have to keep this pain. You don't have to keep this suffering, this pain, this anger, this sadness. You just break it down and release it. The way I do is I pull in, pull it to me, then I tear it apart. I tear it into pieces. I break those pieces down into smaller pieces. A molecule is protons and neutrons and electrons. You just take off the protons and release them. Choo, 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 like little BBs. They just shoot away. Choo. And then everything else just falls apart. You have all these different sized little balls that just float away into space and they're gone. They can attach themselves to other pieces and make something else, or they might go make anger again and get into somebody else, and you'll have to remove it again, but it might make something positive as well. You don't know. It's good. It's power. It's energy, and it never dies. It just transforms into other things, and that is what you do, to just transform this energy into other things. Transform your own energy into other things. Take that negative energy and make it into something positive that you can use for yourself. You'll never be poor, lacking something. You'll never be lacking happiness, because there's plenty of it to be made. All you have to do is make it. All you have to do is that work, that good work, that great work. The more you do, the better you'll become. Do work on yourself first, and then you can work on others. Once you perfect it on yourself, once you are able to quickly change that anger, once you are able to change that negative into positive in yourself quickly, efficiently, accurately, then you are ready to work on others. You don't have to be in close proximity to others. You don't have to touch them. I mean, you can put your hands on them. I take away your pain and suffering. Let it go. Let me have it. But you don't have to. Just think about them. You don't even have to know them or even be in the same city, state, or country as them. I go up and I look down at the earth and I cover it with that orange energy from the cosmos that removes everybody's pain and suffering, that removes everybody's hurt and gives everybody hope and peace, gives everybody love, gives everybody healing power, gives everybody food who is hungry, nourishment, soul nourishment, soul food. You can do it however you want to do it. I sometimes walk down the street and look at the people in the cars that pass. I give you love. I give you peace. You can look at the expression on their face. Calm down. You don't have to rush. You don't have to fight. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be sad. Relax. Life is good. Everything is good. I don't know if we all were put on this earth to do that. I don't know if you have a strong urge to help other people. I don't know what else there is because this is all I know. I don't know what else people were put on this earth for. I don't know. I guess whatever it is, you learn how to do it. You find out what you were put on this earth for, and you do it to the best of your abilities. And you help others. That is what life is all about. What do you do when you try to do something? Try as hard as you can, and you can't do it. Well, you try harder. No, you try harder by trying a different approach. There is more than one way to do something, and if it's something you can actually do, a person can actually do. If you want a better house, better car, or you're trying to find a husband or wife that loves you and you love them, or you're trying to have a beautiful garden or be successful in your career, you think about it logically. You be honest with yourself and you ask the questions to yourself that only you can answer. These answers are inside of you and you just got to figure them out. You just got to discover what it is. There is more than one way to do something, and you got to figure out what it is. You got to figure out how to do it. I was given a list of tasks at work that I'm responsible for doing. It's 2 or 3 pages worth of things that I read through, and some of them I'm not even sure what they meant, but I read through it and said, okay, and I put it in my bag. You can't do something instantly. You do need to try. Believe me, you need to try every day. But I read through the list and said, okay, I will do them. But I know I can't do them all in one day, but I will try my hardest to do, and I get to work. But there's other things to do, and customers to help, and planograms to build, and so many things to do. By the end of the first day, I didn't get anything done off the list. Not one thing. I went home feeling like I was a failure. And I realized there is always going to be more to do in a day than you can do. So you just have to pace yourself, do what you can do all you can do, and after a while you'll find that you've done the things on the list. It may take a month, it may take a year. If somebody asks you why you haven't done something yet, all you can say is, I'm working on it. People can tell. People can see you, even though you can only see yourself through your own eyes, and you know what you're thinking when others don't. But you don't know how others see you. You can't tell how somebody else sees or perceives you. So all you can do is be your best, work your hardest, and believe me, they will see it. Even if you don't think they will, they will. One day I didn't have any planograms to do, and there were no customers in the store. And I went down one aisle and I cleaned it and I straightened the boxes and dusted the tops and the sides of the boxes and arranged the labels. I brushed off the shelves and I didn't even get a whole aisle done. I had customers to help and I ran out of time and I had to close the store and go home. But I know where I was, I know what I did, and next time I'm at work, I'll pick up where I left off. And I'll continue my journey all through the store, making sure everything is perfect, making sure everything is in the right place, making sure all the parts are where they need to be, completing the tasks on the list. I wiped down the sides of the aisles, the shelves where they gather dust and look pretty gross. I cleaned 1 or 2, maybe 3, but there's 100 in the store. If you do what you can, don't just look at it and say, oh, that's dirty, somebody should clean that. No, you say, there's something for me to do. I will never be bored. There is always something for me to do. I'm building a list in my head of things that need to be done and tackling them minute by minute as I can. It may take a month or a year, but my goal, you hear that? My goal. I have a goal. It is not just to clean. I have an end vision of what I want my store to look like. I have an end vision of what I want myself to look like. That is what I'm working for as well. When I'm not at work, I'm still at work. I'm at work on myself, building my body, building my mind, building my health, building what I can to be the best version of myself as I can be. In my house, I see that there's a lot of things that need to be done, but you can't focus on just one thing. I see things that I have to do. I see the fan blades have dust built up on them and the picture frames need to be cleaned. I come home every day and wash the dishes and wash the clothes and do the basic things that a person needs to do to keep their house in order. But there are other things that you don't think about all the time, like dust on the fan or build up under the cabinets. There are things you need to fix, and you do what you can when you can. If you obsess about it and say, I have to do this and I can't do anything else until this is done, then you're going to burn yourself out and you're not going to feel good because you didn't get the exercise you needed, you didn't get the studying done that you needed to do, and you didn't get other things done on your list of things to do. Portion it out almost like if you're in school and you have different classes that you go to every day. So do it like that. Give yourself a certain amount of time to do different things, what you need to do in the morning. I need to do this or that, and in the afternoon I need to do that. This is a list of things that need to get done. I need to pull some weeds. I may not get a whole garden section done, but if I work on it every day, sooner or later it'll be done. And sure, more weeds will grow, but that's okay. It's a cycle. It's part of life. You have to continue. Everything is a cycle. You can't just make your body look perfect and expect to keep your muscles when you're not working out and eating cake all the time. No, it's an ongoing process. Everything is an ongoing process. You learn and grow and you build like a snowball. You pick up some snow and you pat it into a ball and you roll it on the ground and more snow picks up and you roll it down a hill and it gets huge because it picks up snow all the way down. That's what you got to do. And also, that big snowball is going to take a lot longer to melt than the little snowball you pack together in your hand. So all that you build, that you do, people will see it. It will have a lasting impression. Maybe you might think, who cares? Who cares if it has a lasting impression? I'm not trying to impress anybody. In my eyes, I do. I feel like a person needs a little attaboy in their life. People need to hear good job. People need to know someone notices what they do. You might act like you don't care. I know me. I sometimes might act like I don't care if somebody notices or not, that I'm doing this for myself and nobody else. I'm doing this for myself, but for myself means I want somebody to notice. I do want somebody to notice. It's that little affirmation that keeps you going. It's that little bit of attaboy that keeps people from falling into deep depression. Really think about it. If every day you heard, not good enough, pretty soon you're going to feel like crap. You're going to say, I've done all this work and I pushed myself so hard. I had a vision and I completed it and nobody cares. Why should I? Now, parents, this is something you have to look out for in your kids. When you don't give them that good job every once in a while, it's going to be hard for them to grow into responsible adults. If you're always telling them not good enough, why didn't you do this? You're stupid. You tell your kids these things, they believe them after a while. It does not make them better. It does not make them fight and say, no, I don't want to be stupid. I want to be smart and I'm going to study and try harder. No, it doesn't work that way. You call someone stupid and they're going to say, I guess I'm stupid. People keep calling me stupid. I try my hardest, but I'm stupid, so I might as well give up. I might as well just sit here and let someone else deal with it. Let someone else take care of the things in life. I'm just going to sit here because I'm stupid. And they're not saying it out of rebellion. They're saying it because they really believe it. You've got to bring up people around you. You've got to help them. You got to pay attention to what they're doing. If you notice something is cleaner than it was last week, somebody must have cleaned it. Hey, who cleaned this? Good job, looks nice. Notice what they do. Hey, boss, you got all that paperwork done? Good job. Well, pay attention. It doesn't just have to be the people under you. It can be the people over you. It can be anybody. Good job, Mayor. The town is running nicely. Good job. Way to go. Everyone could use a pat on the back every once in a while, and it doesn't hurt you any. It's like somebody said, one candle can light 1,000 candles. It's not losing anything by lighting another candle. It's not losing its heat or energy. That flame can go on and on and on. It can continue to light other candles without hurting it a bit. You can be that candle that lights the other candles. Be that flame and make the world a happier place. People learn from you, and they will become more like you as well. So focus on what you want. Have a plan. Have a vision. One day you will open your eyes and realize you have made it to that point which you pictured. It has become a reality. So I went down to the driver's license office to see if I could get the veteran's endorsement on my driver's license. They asked me to see my DD-214. I gave it to him. He looked at it and told me that in order to get the endorsement, it has to say honorable discharge. I understand that it's his paperwork, and maybe it's just poor, pitiful me, but I had every intention of serving my country when I joined the Navy. Yeah, scary for an 18-year-old girl to think about being out there, being in a foreign country, fighting with a gun, maybe killing people to keep your country safe. But I did it. I went to the recruiter. I went to boot camp. I held up my hand and pledged to serve in the United States Navy in 1992. Unfortunately, if you want to use the word unfortunately, a year before, when I was 17 years old, I was stabbed 4 times in my back while walking down the street in Biloxi, Mississippi, by some random bad guy with a steak knife. It punctured my lung. The knife blade broke off in my back, and I was left out there to bleed to death. I lay out there, bleeding to death for an hour, trying to crawl to the road where somebody may see me, but I never made it. 5 minutes. That's what the doctors told me. I had 5 minutes to live. I laid my head down, and I closed my eyes. Mormons found me. Missionaries looking for their stolen bicycle. Perhaps it was the man who stabbed me, the monster who stabbed me, that took their bicycle. Why would somebody stab me? Why would somebody intentionally try to kill somebody they didn't even know for any reason? I don't know. That's a question I'll never find the answer to. I'm so thankful to the men who saved my life. I tell it to all the missionaries that come knocking on my door. It's a great story. I mean, these people were a miracle. These young men, it was a miracle. They saved my life, and I'm so thankful for them. Well, needless to say, I suffer from PTSD and wasn't allowed to serve in the Navy, so I got what's called a entry-level separation. They said it wasn't honorable or dishonorable, just separated. You're not in the Navy anymore. Goodbye. Here's your stuff. Go home. Good luck in your recovery. Yeah, I guess I should have waited a little while longer before joining. I thought I was over it, but maybe you can't get over something like that, but I'm doing my best. So, I'm not considered a veteran. Probably not. I didn't really serve. I was in there for, a month? I'm not proud that I couldn't do it. In fact, I'm embarrassed that I couldn't do it. I look at it like a weakness, and I don't want to think about why do I even want to get a 10% discount. I could have been an aircraft mechanic. That's what I signed up for. That would be awesome to be able to do that, but now I can't even get 10% off at the store. Oh well, it is what it is. There are things that I think about or worry about, but I need to realize this is me and this is now, and what has happened in the past is gone forever, and what happens in the future is to be seen. Right now is what's important, and I don't need a discount on my plants I buy from Lowe's. I don't need a pin on my shirt at work. I'll get other pens and I'll make enough money that I don't need a discount. And I will say thank you for all who served, who were strong enough to serve. They all are heroes, and I'm not going to say they are great and I suck. No, I'm just going to say they are who they are and I am who I am, and I work hard and I'm a good person, and that's what matters. And those are the things I'm going to think about. Not about the things in life that's not fair, not about I coulda, woulda, shoulda, not about I wasn't strong enough in the past, just here is me. Thank you very much. But I can take it from here. I can handle this.